We start the 7 o'clock hour with breaking news that we've been covering out of Adams County.
Yeah, that's right. Deputies there are investigating a homicide near 88th and Colorado Boulevard. 9 reporter Brianna Fernandez is on scene gathering the latest information. Brianna, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. So we know that this is a shooting homicide investigation. It all unfolded around 3:45 this morning. We know one male is dead. I did talk to the Adams County Sheriff's Office less than 30 minutes ago. Take a listen to what they had to say.
It originally went, Thornton PD was dispatched over in this particular area. When they came out, they requested assistance from Adams County Sheriff's Office. This is our area. So we came out to investigate the scene. It was a call of one male that was shot. So that's what we're investigating right now. There is one deceased individual. He is male.
So we know Sky 9 was over the scene earlier, and if you guys are taking a look at your screen right now, you can see how many deputies have this intersection closed. So this is along Welby Road between 86th and 88th Avenue. So back out here live, you can see this ground shot from where we're currently standing at, right at the intersection of 88th and Welby Road. We do have the Adams County crime scene unit still on scene. When I spoke to investigators, they are saying that right behind the van, that's where that shooting took place. So that's at the corner of the Chaparral Village community. And from this angle, from where, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but from this angle, we are seeing some evidence markers as well. This is a very active scene. I asked deputies how long they're going to be out here. They said probably for a couple more hours. So again, you won't be able to travel through up and down a Welby Road between 86th and 88th Avenue. We are supposed to get more information later this afternoon from the Adams County Sheriff's Office. So we'll definitely keep you updated both on air as well as online. For now, I'm live here in Adams County. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
Brianna, thank you for the update. Time now is 7:02 on this Thursday morning, and switching gears, talking about the weather. It is a really pretty start to our day as we give you a live look over downtown Denver right now. Pretty picture perfect, but we are still dealing with some areas of fog, mist over the far eastern plains. A look for you at Fort Morgan, where some visibility will be limited at times if you are traveling over the far eastern portion of the state. We've also seen some damp conditions and scattered showers roll through portions of Colorado's high country, but the main weather event and active weather pattern continues will be for this afternoon and later on tonight. Thunderstorms are set to develop widely scattered, so not everywhere will see storm activity, but with some of these cells developing after 3 p.m. over the plains, they could produce some pockets of heavy rain, those brief downpours, and even small to medium-sized hail. Will be here all afternoon to let you know of any severe warned thunderstorms. And taking us to our live radar right now, it's because we're continuing to see monsoon moisture stream in. It's been the name of the game this week. Less fog here over the metro area, but still dealing with some of that off to our east and into portions of the high country. You can see indicated here by the shades of purple over 11,000 feet up over Loveland ski area. Some light rain, snow showers. But for today, it's going to be really widespread as we get into this afternoon, where we'll really start to see those storms and showers. 58 degrees, a nice cool, comfortable morning under a partly cloudy sky, 40s and 50s in the high country. A mix of sun and clouds, dry conditions here in Denver for the first half of the day. Lunchtime, quite pleasant at 74 with highs in the upper 70s. I'll take you through the timing, the futurecast hour by hour. If you can expect to see some storms in your neighborhood, we'll stay pretty unsettled through the end of the week. I'll have full details still to come. But first, how's it looking out on the roads this morning, Erica?
Getting a little bit busier right now, Katie. It is 7:04, and we're getting you started with a live look here from CDOT. Southbound lanes at I-25 and 38th Avenue, Park Avenue. That's where we're seeing things pick up in volume. Northbound lanes getting a hair busier as well. Let's take you over to our drive times and our map. Right now, what we're seeing is some change in color on the main interstates, kind of the areas that we typically see slow at this time of the morning. 11-minute backup is what we're dealing with on southbound 225 right now. Just shy of a 10-minute delay. Let's call it 8 or 9 minutes on westbound I-70 for your drive between E470 and 76. And then headed into Commerce City, not bad on westbound 76, slowing by 5 minutes for that drive-in approaching Vasquez. And then either side of 270 through Commerce City beginning to slow as well.
All right, Erica, thank you. Right now, Westminster Police needs your help finding this missing person. 23-year-old Alice Mae Caver was last seen in the area of West 96th Circle and 97th Avenue last Saturday. This is west of the Conoco at Federal and 96th Avenue. She was last seen wearing a black shirt, blue jeans, and tennis shoes. Officials say that she has a cognitive impairment that could alter judgment and/or mental state. They also say that she may have been in the Brighton area on Tuesday, and she usually rides a red or maroon bike. Anyone who sees her is asked to reach out to the Westminster Police Department. Their number is 303-658-4360.
Today, the Mountain View Fire Rescue Team is going to hold a funeral service for fallen firefighter Eric Losh. He died last week in an off-duty accident. Losh served on Mountain View Fire Rescue for more than a decade. He also served on the Colorado Professional Firefighter Foundation board with me for many years. His former crew is remembering him with a memorial at their Station 8. That's where Losh drove engine 208. And his friends and family are remembering him as an amazing friend and father. He leaves behind a wife and 2 young kids, a sweet little boy and a darling little girl. Losh's funeral service is going to take place at the Crossroads Community Church in Parker. It is open to the public. Starts at 10 o'clock this morning. Anyone who is going to the service, the family asked to add the color purple into their outfits. Purple was Eric's favorite color.
New this morning, we have an update on a grandmother in El Paso County that tried to use nicotine patches to cure her young grandson's autism. She's going to avoid jail time after making a plea agreement. We first told you about Tammy Eddings-Dion back in April, and that's when the 53-year-old was arrested by El Paso County deputies for child abuse charges and crimes against an at-risk juvenile. Eddings-Dion had put multiple nicotine patches on her 4-year-old grandson to try and cure his autism. According to arrest records, those patches made the child throw up and affected his behavior. He had to be rushed to a hospital. Eddings-Dion pleaded guilty to charges of child abuse, which knowingly caused injury. She was sentenced to 3 years probation and 40 hours of community service.
This morning, people in Minnesota and around the country are continuing to grieve together after a devastating shooting at a Catholic school in Minneapolis. Vigils were held across the city to honor the 2 children who were killed and the 17 others hurt at the Annunciation Catholic School. The shooting happened yesterday morning while they were at Mass during the first week of school. The FBI identified the shooter as 23-year-old Robin Westman, who died by suicide after the attack. The shooter left a manifesto. The FBI is also investigating the shooting as an act of domestic terrorism and hate crime targeting Catholics. The pain felt in Minneapolis is echoing through Catholic communities across the country. The Archdiocese in Denver has 35 elementary schools across the metro area.
Archdiocese of Denver Director Mike Daly is dedicated to overseeing security across schools and parishes. His goal is to create a standard response when it comes to threats. The tragedy at Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis has him thinking about the security measures here and trying to find new ways to secure sacred spaces. Daly oversees 127 parishes and 32 schools. He spent more than 2 decades in law enforcement with the Wheat Ridge Police Department and the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. During his time, he worked in critical incidents and responding to active shooters. One of the programs he helped implement was the Red Bag program. This program can be used in 2 ways. The first is to communicate internally in a school if something is wrong, and the second is externally to first responders.
I've had lots of questions of, are our schools safe? Are we doing enough for school masses? What does it look like and how you do this? I pretty much wake up and go to sleep thinking in part about this stuff, but not in a way of being scared all the time. It's just an awareness of what it is that I'm here to do.
Daly says he's also applied for grants to support funding for additional security measures.
An overnight Russian drone and missile attack on Ukraine's capital has killed at least 8 people. The powerful explosions rocked Kyiv into the early hours this morning, illuminating the sky and leaving behind columns of smoke as Russian projectiles damaged and destroyed buildings. The attack was the first major combined Russian drone and missile attack to strike Kyiv since President Trump's peace talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin earlier this month. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky took to social media saying that Russia chooses ballistics instead of the negotiating table. Zelensky says he is calling for new sanctions on Russia.
New this morning, Mexico is going to suspend postal shipments to the U.S. This comes as the exemption on tariff duties for low-value packages ends tomorrow. The exemption allowed packages with less than $800 to come into the U.S. duty-free. It has a big impact on international companies that sell cheap stuff like Shein and Temu. Like Mexico, postal services around the world are pausing shipments as they wait for more clarity on this new policy.